identified himself as a girl. He wants to use the girls' bathroom. The girls don't want him using the girls' bathroom because
he's not a girl.
He's got a penis. Okay?
That's one way to put it, yeah.
That is the only way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
No, you could have used a lot of words.
Hey, sister, you've got a penis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you belong in here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, that is one of the scientific words that don't necessarily feel scientific.
Right. It's actually seems worse than like junk, for example.
Yeah. Or unit.
Yeah, right, okay.
Or...
So anyway, his...
Even wiener.
Yeah, wiener is actually better.
You know, it's actually, yeah. So,
okay, so anyway. He is,
I like how he seems frustrated with us because we're so childish over here.
I'm actually not even listening to you guys. I was actually noticing that his Twitter handle is trans witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Yeah. So he's probably into a little witchcraft as well.
Oh, cool.
That's great.
He's always good. And if you look at the picture there, if you're watching TV, he is a good-looking woman.
Well, the hair, for starters, is just a wig. He's got no features of a girl. None.
I don't know, but we are so screwed up. I want to play this. I want to play this audio, and I want you to hear the audio. And the thing that stuck out at me is when they go to the expert and listen to how the expert is just talking down to all of us.
Controversy over which locker room a transgender student should use led to a large walkout at Hillsborough High School. More than 150 students walked out to protest the use of a girls' locker room by a student who was born male but identifies as a female.
Stop for a second. I just want to say congratulations to those 150 students.
Yeah.
In today's world, for them to walk out is a Herculean amount of courage.
And it took them a while to do it. I mean, this just didn't happen overnight.
Right.
Yeah, because he's been using the girls' restroom and the locker room for a while.
Now, I don't think that there's, I mean, honestly, if you want to take and beat somebody up because they're like, you know, they identify as another, that's just
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. You want to treat them like garbage?
No.
It's unacceptable. But to stand in today's world and not be punks about it, just say, look, this is...
I'm uncomfortable with it.
I'm uncomfortable with this, and I'm sorry. I'm not having, you know... a guy come into my locker with my girlfriend or my daughter or whoever it is. Mm-hmm. I'm just not... I'm not accepting of that. Now, they offered him his own bathroom, and I'm sorry. It really bothers me that we are talking science. If you have the ding-a-ling downstairs, you're a guy. Mm-hmm. You might feel like a girl, but you're a guy. And I refuse to call somebody. If you have the surgery, I'm still pretty comfortable calling you a guy. But I'll even bend a bit and say, you know what, okay, he's a girl. I don't even think that's right. But I'm willing to go there, and I shouldn't, probably.
Well, I mean, for society to deal with something like this, there has to be some line, right? Like, you have to, whatever it is.
Yes,
surgery is the line.
Surgery is the line. Yeah. I refuse to call somebody who identifies themselves as another gender just because they say it. I am not getting on the insanity train with you.
Especially not at high school.
No,
you can't
not
do that.
getting on. I'm just not getting on the train with you. That is absolutely... It's nuts. No pun intended. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to the rest.
Right. Russell Kinsall talked with a student and school officials.
Steve, first it was parents at the most recent school.
Talk with a student and school officials who was born by a student who was born male, but controversy over which locker room a transgender student should use led to a large walkout at Hillsborough High School. More than 150 students walked out to protest the use of a girls' locker room by a student who was born male but identifies as a female. Russell Kinsall talked with a student and school officials.
Steve, first it was parents at the most recent school board meeting for the Hillsborough R3 School District expressing their concern over a trans woman student using the girls' locker room. And today, it was a large group of students.
I love that I had so many people out there that went to counteract the people who walked out
Around 200 walked out of class for nearly 2 hours at Hillsborough High School, 30 to 40 showing their support for senior Lila Perry to use the girls' locker room during gym.
There is a lot of ignorance. They are claiming that they're uncomfortable. I don't believe for a second they are. I think this is pure and simple bigotry.
So they interview the kid.
And that's the kid there.
And that's him.
That's him.
And he claims he doesn't believe them, that they're uncomfortable. It's sheer bigotry.
No, you know what? This goes in. This kind of delusional thinking leads to the shooter in Virginia. That everything is against you.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, guys. The world does not revolve around you. It doesn't revolve around me. The world revolves around the sun. It doesn't revolve around you. And that's what we have done. Because we have made everybody special, we've given everybody trophies. Nobody has to earn anything. Nobody can ever be offended. Everything is about me. That's delusional thinking. This kid is in deep and serious trouble in his life because of the way he's been raised to believe that everything is about him.
Lila Perry was born a boy, but says she identified as a woman since age 13. Down the street from the school.
Did you notice that? She. Yeah. The reporter is referring
totally playing
to
along.
she, totally playing into the delusion.
Well, 2 men who claimed they had relatives at the high school held signs.
Boys need to have their own locker room. Girls need to have their own locker room. If somebody has mixed feelings where they are, they need to have their own also.
May I just...
Lila says school officials...
Stop here. Is that parent mad?
No.
Is that parent
I don't think so.
Unreasonable? That is totally reasonable. Listen to how he even paused and made sure that his language was inclusive. He's trying to be a decent person here. He's not trying to stir anything up.
While still protecting his daughter.
While still protecting his daughter. This is craziness. Why you have your kids in a public school is beyond me. If you think this is going to get easier from here, you are as delusional as she is.
Yeah.
Been very accommodating, understanding, and compliant with Title IX federal law. To solve the controversy, they offered her a private, gender-neutral restroom. She turned it down.
I wasn't hurting anyone, and I didn't want to feel segregated out. I didn't want to be in the gender-neutral bathroom. I wanted to be... I am a girl. I shouldn't have to be...
Stop. No, you're not.
No, you're
not.
You are not.
Pull the drawers open. Look downstairs. That's not a sock hiding there. Okay? Pull the drawers open and look. You're not a girl.
Right,
and it's pretty cool. It's pretty clear. Any girl that has that
isn't a girl.
Isn't a girl.
Well, certainly shouldn't be in a girl's bathroom or locker room in high school. I mean,
correct.
And the other thing,
and I don't think this kid.
And we're supposed to pretend like we're the bad people,
right? I don't
for thinking that way.
I don't think that this kid is trying to get his jollies by hanging out with the girls. I don't.
You don't know what's going on.
Right? I have no idea. Have no idea. It makes other people uncomfortable because you are technically a boy, no matter how you identify. And it is not right for you to accept or to expect that society is going to bend over backwards for you.
Yeah.
And yet, that's what happened. And in fact, the school did bend over backwards.
They gave him his own
he said no.
restroom.
He said no. And then here's what the psychiatrist says at the end.
So that's really important for many people to know and parents to know that a person doesn't choose this. They really don't. And they know it very early, and they really are in a great deal of pain.
And I believe everything she said. I don't think that you choose it, and I think you are in a great deal of pain. But stop talking down to us and stop trying to make us having to change all the things that we believe because he wants to believe he's a girl. That's fine, man. He can believe he's a girl all for the rest of his life. That's fine. But that doesn't mean that I have to be uncomfortable with my daughter and a guy in the restroom. It's unreasonable. It is. I'm sorry. We can all get along. I don't want this guy. I don't want any harm to come to him. I don't want him to feel alone. I don't want him to feel ostracized. I can't imagine. I've said about, what's his face?
Caitlin?
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Bruce. I've said this about him. I feel bad for him. I really do. I can't imagine what his life has been like his whole life. I also know the stats. After surgery, suicide rates go through the roof. Go through the roof.
It actually, I think, gets worse for them.
Oh, yes.
Suicide-wise.
It does.
Afterwards.
It does. So there's just not happy stuff in this kid's life, and I do feel for him. But we have to start saying to each other the truth.
Has it hit anybody else, though, that this kid says he doesn't want to feel ostracized and alone in the bathroom? Who of us want to have company in the bathroom?
Well,
frankly,
I'd rather have a private bathroom.
I'd rather be alone
I'd rather have a private bathroom
in the
too.
bathroom. It's weird. That's weird.
It's a cry for help. This is truly a big cry for help. I would just like to say, congratulations. Would you think, oh my gosh, listen to this statement. Would you believe in this day and age, you'd find 150 students standing up and saying, this is wrong?
No, it's pretty amazing.
5 years ago, I would say, do you really believe, this day and age, you really believe that you would find 150 students that would stand up for it? Now, I'm shocked that there are 150 brave enough to say, I'm not going to. I'm not taking the train to Sillytown. I'm not doing it. This is wrong. And it has nothing to do with what he chooses and how he chooses to live his life or how he chooses to identify himself. It has everything to do with we are not a slave to any other individual. You want to live your life, you can live your life that way. But that doesn't mean that I have to conform to you. Especially, if I may just say, when you're a science denier,